Thank you for joining us on our video where we will explain tips on how to invest successfully in rental properties within Chicago. I'm glad you joined us, and I'm sure you're going to be getting a lot of value out of this information we're about to share with you. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Biren. I'm one of the directors at Ziegler. We help local and foreign clients invest successfully within the Chicago real estate market. We help clients with fix and flip projects, but another major part of our business is helping our clients secure high-returning rental properties. In this video, we'll share with you a wealth of tips and advice that have helped us purchase, rehab, and rent properties for returns of up to 15% net per year. So if you're looking to invest in rental properties and you would like to have a passive cash flow for years to come, then you'll get a huge amount of information watching this video. We've been involved in real estate within Chicago for the last 15 years, and we've learned a lot of things over the course of time. And in this video, we're sharing that knowledge with you. We want this information to help you make better investment decisions and ultimately make more money for your rental properties. In this video, we will go into detail about what exact type of properties you should be looking for when buying a rental investment. We'll discuss how you should rehab a rental property so that you don't waste money and, more importantly, time. A rental rehab is completely different to a fix and flip, and we'll discuss what you need to do and what you should avoid. This area alone will potentially save you thousands of dollars on your construction cost. Another area we're really excited to discuss is the huge opportunity within social housing. Social housing can be known as housing choice voucher, or commonly what we refer to as Section 8. It's where you're able to rent your property directly to the U.S. government. The government is looking for rehabbed homes to provide families who qualify for this program. Social housing gives you security as the U.S. government is paying you, the landlord, directly. If anything happens to your property by tenants, it is covered under the program. So let me tell you something. Social housing is an exciting area we've been using to give our clients strong returns, and we highly recommend you do the same. To be able to supply properties for Section 8, you need to abide by certain rules and regulation, and we'll explain those steps. In this video, we will go into detail what exactly you need to do to get involved in social housing. We will also discuss how to find the right property manager. Ensuring you get the right team on the ground managing your property will save you so much time and money in the future. Finally, we'll explain how we can help you if you don't have the time to do all of this on your own. I would definitely get a pen if you don't have one already, as there's a lot to take down. Right, let's just get started. So we're going to talk about finding the right rental property. When purchasing a rental property, the most important factor is to look at the location. There are a number of areas you need to look at with regards to location. Always make sure the street that the property is on is in a good condition. You don't want to have empty homes on that street, as a young family will be less likely to want to move into that area. Always try to avoid areas with high crime rates. We research the neighborhoods to ensure it is safe, as families are more likely to move into these areas. The next point you should be looking out for is transportation links. A lot of people in Chicago work in the city. So by purchasing a property close to major transportation links, you'll attract much more interest when it's time to rent. Also, focus on looking for homes near schools. Families with children are always looking for homes close to schools for convenience. It's easier for a young family if the kids can just walk to and from school. Another major benefit of buying properties close to schools in Chicago is that the schools have private security. The security teams undertake daily patrols within a 5-block radius of the school. If you can locate a property that is within this area, then it makes your property much more desirable. Other key factors to consider are banks, shops, and community centers. Always make sure that there are local shops and amenities close to the property. Many renting families do not have a car, and having convenience stores, supermarkets, and banks nearby is absolutely vital. Apart from the location, we recommend our clients to look for brick-built homes rather than a frame-built home. The reason for this is that brick homes are a lot stronger and their foundations are a lot deeper. Brick homes aesthetically look much more appealing and on average demand a higher rental yield. There are many properties in Chicago that are multi-unit homes. We advise our clients to always go for a minimum 2-unit home, as the rental yield per property is higher than a single-family house. The other benefit of a multi-unit property is the layout of the home. The bedrooms tend to be larger or can be reconfigured, and this appeals to a lot of families. Another added benefit of a multi-unit property is that if for whatever reason one of the units is sitting vacant due to a tenancy void, our clients will still be receiving income from the second unit. On the first walkthrough, make sure that the roof, HVAC, electrical, and plumbing are in good working order. These areas are very expensive to fix and can push a project out of profit, so always make sure that these areas are working or are repairable. Another major mistake we have seen people make in investing in Chicago is not properly inspecting the back porch. The back porch is the stairs at the back of the property, and this is made out of either pressure-treated wood or sometimes stainless steel. Any oversight in the safety can cost thousands and can end up failing the social housing rental inspection. So we're now going to jump into some case studies that we got for you. Okay, this is a great case study for a rental property in the south side of Chicago. We went for a frame-built house for a number of reasons. It's got a great curb appeal, the windows didn't need updating, and it sits on a corner lot. This is what it looks like when we've started rehabbing. In this process, the guy is just finishing up the doors, the paintwork's been done, and we're moving on to the floors next. Another shot showing basically brand new walls been up in the kitchen area. This is a great example of the finished product. The walls have been painted, brand new doors, and the floors have been done up. This is a great example of the bathroom. We didn't take the tub out, we refinished it, put brand new tiles up, and repainted it. This is an excellent example of a rental kitchen. We've got no stainless steel appliances and standard kitchen cabinets. So this is a great example for a living area. The finished floor has been done up to the high standard, brand new doors, and all new paint. This is now facing the living room. Again, the floors have been finished, brand new paint work. So now let's talk about the financials. The purchase price was $28,000, sourcing fee of $3,500, total renovation of $95,000, our consulting fee of $15,000. The property insurance was $1,800, closing cost $3,500, total investment of $146,300. On the rental income, we get $800 per unit. For the 3 units, that's $2,400. Revenue over the year is $28,800. Maintenance costs for the whole year is $2,400. Property management fees is $3,420. Water and property tax is $2,350. Total expenses, $8,350. The net operating profit for our client is $20,630, which results to a net return of 14.1%. Now we're going to discuss rehabbing a rental property. When undertaking construction for a rental property, you should use good quality medium level finishes and appliances to keep your costs down. On a fix and flip, the finishes you use are of a higher quality as you're making the home appeal to a home buyer. But with a rental property, it doesn't need to be of the same level. For example, while fitting a kitchen, you aren't required to install stainless steel appliances. Using good quality medium range appliances are sufficient. Always try to use existing fixtures and fittings as much as possible during your construction. If the bathroom is in a reasonable state, you should refinish it or respray it to save your cost. Only replace bathrooms and kitchens if something is structurally broken. If there's anything broken, of course you should replace it. But just keep in mind using the existing fittings as much as you can. We recommend installing carpets in bedrooms as this is very popular with tenants. In the kitchen, we use ceramic or vinyl tiles. This is because they're easy to clean and easily replaced when broken. Most tenants tend to bring their own washer and dryer. Make sure you supply connectivity to these devices. If a potential tenant wants a property but doesn't have a washer and dryer, we recommend supplying it. The cost for a stackable washer and dryer combo isn't expensive. And to get your property rented out quicker, it's definitely worth the investment. For properties larger than 2 flats, we advise our clients to supply a washing machine and dryer in a shared laundry area. The machines supplied are coin or card operated, and we found that tenants like this for their convenience. To illustrate it a little bit better, let's just jump into a case study. This is another great example of a rental case study in the south side of Chicago. This property is brick built. It has 4 different apartments, so it's a 4-unit. This is a picture of a finished bedroom, and as we discussed earlier, tenants prefer having carpet in the bedrooms, and that's exactly what we've done. Here is another example of the finished look of the living area. Moving on to the kitchen. The last kitchen was completely damaged, so we refitted a brand new kitchen with new cabinets. The cabinets are standard, but we finished it off with a contemporary look. Here in this picture, we repainted the walls and refinished the floors, and the result is perfect. Moving on to the bathroom, we kept the tub, refinished it, put brand new tiles, and upgraded the overall look. Let's get into the financials. The purchase price for this property was $30,200. Buyer's premium, $7,000. Total renovation cost, $150,000. Insurance, $1,800. Closing cost of $3,500. A total investment of $192,500. So now on the income side of things, we've got 2 4-bedroom units giving us $2,200, 1 3-bedroom unit giving us $925, 1 basement unit giving us $550. A total revenue of $44,100. The maintenance is $2,400, a property management fee of $3,802, water and property taxes of $3,950, total expenses coming out to $10,152, and a net operating profit for our client of $33,948, which gives us a net return of 17.6%. So now we're going to talk about social housing. Section 8 is a fantastic opportunity for investors. It's a government-led program in the US to supply rehabbed properties to low and medium income families. The government pays for the majority of the rental payment to the landlord each month, and the tenant pays the remainder of their share. The benefits of social housing are that your tenants are pre-screened. The Housing Authority reviews every case before approving a Section 8 housing voucher. Section 8 is a very popular program, and most cities have hundreds of tenants waiting. In Chicago alone, there are thousands of people on the waiting list. By accepting Section 8, your property becomes marketable to a large number of tenants, which gives you a better chance of renting quickly. Your home is leased directly to the US government, and what this gives our investors is security. There is no concern of a tenant missing a payment, as the government pays you directly. With social housing, you'll receive free advertising for your property. The US Department of Housing provides a website that tenants use to find low-income housing. Several local authorities also maintain a list of Section 8 landlords in their area. Both of these services are free of charge to tenants and landlords, and that's a great bonus. And finally, the other great bonus of social housing is the rental return the government pays. Section 8 works based on how many bedrooms a property has, starting at $750 for a 1-bedroom property and going up to $2,200 for a 6-bedroom property. If you want your property to qualify for Section 8, then your home needs to meet certain requirements. The local housing authority must approve both the landlord and the property itself. As a landlord, you'll need to complete an application and provide further information. The housing authority will then review your rental rates to ensure that they fall in line with rates for comparable houses in your area. You'll always need to be charging a fair market rate for social housing rentals. Once the housing authority approves you as a landlord, an inspector will visit your rental property to make sure it meets all the building and safety codes. The inspection process is a thorough one, and here are just a few of the basic requirements you need to keep in mind. At a minimum, the structure must be sound. You must have working locks on every window and doors. The wiring and plumbing must be in working condition. Furthermore, heating must also be working. And finally, in Chicago, you also need a carbon monoxide detector. We have worked with inspectors for many years, and it's important to get things done right the first time. The reason for this is it will lead to large costs in getting things rectified and a loss in rental income while fixing the issues. Once the inspector approves your property, you can begin accepting Section 8 tenants. At that point, we help our clients find tenants and complete a separate lease agreement with them. I hope this has explained the process of renting your property on the Section 8 scheme. One of the biggest problems landlords face is not receiving rent on time every month. With Section 8, you'll always get your majority of the rent on time, every time. We have found that Section 8 tenants pay their portion on time as well. Failure to live up to the lease can cost them their housing voucher. Therefore, Section 8 tenants can be even more reliable than private tenants. The last area to cover is finding a property manager for your property. When seeking out a property manager, one of the most important factors to consider is, are they experienced at managing properties in your local area? Talk to them about their screening process for tenants. This is the most important factor in renting properties in Chicago. With social housing, the government does one screen of tenants, but never rely on this. Always do a second screen of tenants as an added security for your property. For our clients, we always insist on meeting potential tenants at their existing homes. By meeting them at their existing home, we get to see what state their current home is in. This tells you more about the tenant than talking to them for hours. Make sure you ask your property manager how often do they perform an inventory check on the property. Our property managers perform checks with properties every 3 months. This gives our clients more security as we're able to check the inside of the property more often. Also make sure the property manager understands the legalities and all the details of social housing. Our property managers come on site with us prior to construction completion to make sure the property will pass social housing inspections. The typical rates that a property management company will charge you are anywhere between 10 to 15% of the total rental income. Don't be too concerned for paying top end for the right company. Having a good property manager is worth its weight in gold. They'll take care of all the little details that come up with the tenant so you don't need to. We've found that time is the most important factor to our clients. And so we only use the very best property management companies. We simply get involved at the tenancy screening phase to ensure the best tenant is living in your property. I really hope the information we've covered in this video has given you a better insight on how to invest in rental properties within Chicago. If you don't have time to do everything yourself, then we're here to help you every step of the way. We've been investing in Chicago for the last 15 years and we understand the rental market very well. We at Zeger can take care of every aspect of investing in a rental property for you. You'll simply tap into years of experience to source the right property, rehab it, and rent it quickly for you. By working with Zeger, we will give you security in your investment through our experience and most importantly, save you time. You won't need to source properties and make offers as we will do all the due diligence and negotiations on your behalf. You don't need to source a builder and manage the construction. We'll take care of this for you with our in-house construction team who've been doing rental rehabs for many years. You won't have to interview property management companies and go through all the red tape to be eligible for social housing. We'll take care of every aspect for you. The time frames to have a rental property delivering passive income is typically between 4 to 6 months from sourcing the property to receiving your first check. We will keep you up to date throughout the entire process and you will receive progress reports every week throughout the construction of the property. The returns we deliver to our clients are typically 10% net for a single-family home and 12% net for a multifamily home. Once again, we really want to emphasize that this is a net return to you after all your costs. Most companies quote a percentage return, however, this does not take into account all costs. 10 and 12% is the net return you will receive into your bank. The other point to note is our current clients wanted to invest in Chicago real estate because prices are still well below the level they were before 2008. There's a huge room for capital appreciation growth. This cannot be overlooked in your investment. Although the historical data shows signs that property prices could rise, we advise clients to invest based on the cash return of 10 and 12% as this is what we have control over. Investing in Chicago rental properties at a time where property prices are discounted and when there is an undersupply of rental properties makes it an ideal time to invest. If you're excited at the prospect of a passive income stream each and every month and would like to have an asset that will grow in value over time, then Chicago property market is ideal. We're now opening our rental program in Chicago to new clients. To find out more about partnering with Zeger, simply click the link below. Fill in the form and we'll be in touch with you very soon. Thank you so much for joining us and we look forward to helping you.